Big news for Manchester City fans. With Rodri facing a long recovery after knee surgery, Pep Guardiola is eyeing a dynamic replacement. Torino's rising star, Samuele Ricci, has already begun training to adapt to the pivotal Rodri role and could be signed for around £30 million in January. But Torino may resist mid-season offers as they chase Champions League qualification. Meanwhile, City is set to welcome Hugo Viana as their new director of football, following in the footsteps of Txiki Begiristain, whose legacy includes bringing Guardiola to the club. Viana has a proven track record in recruitment, and his fresh vision could shape the future of the team. Stay updated on these exciting developments. Subscribe to our channel for all the latest transfer news and insights. Man City target start studying Rodri roles as Pep Guardiola given £30 million transfer green light. Manchester City are widely expected to sign a new midfielder when the transfer window reopens in January. Samuele Ricci has already begun preparations to succeed Rodri at Manchester City. The 23-year-old midfield has recently been linked with a move to the Etihad Stadium as Pep Guardiola looks to bolster his options after Rodri ruptured his anterior cruciate ligament. The 28-year-old limped off during the Premier League champions' 2-2 draw against Arsenal, following a collision with Thomas Partey. Rodri has since had surgery on his knee, ruling him out for the rest of the season. So, eager to defend his crown, Guardiola's expected to reinforce his midfield in January. According to The Guardian, Manchester City are weighing up a move for Ricci, who sees his contract expire in June 2026. The report states that the Italy international could be available for £30 million, but it said that Torino would be reluctant to sell mid-season, especially if they can maintain their excellent form and challenge for Champions League qualification. The Bulls currently sit 7th in the Serie A with 11 points, just 5 short of Napoli in first and 2 adrift of Lazio, who are 4th. Nevertheless, in an interview with Italian TV channel Rai Sport, Ricci was quizzed on reports linking him with moves to Manchester City and AC Milan. As quoted by Goal, the maestro said, "It is very pleasing of course, but I have learned to understand football a bit now. When things go well, you are linked with these big clubs and it is gratifying because it means you are on the right track." Ricci added, "I've done a lot of training on turning my head to check what's behind me, as it can make the difference. Sometimes you need to look more than twice. Luciano Spalletti taught me that too. My coach sends me videos to study, many of them are of Rodri. You can see the importance of the little things. I still have to improve on so many little things, like my positioning. Torino coach, Paolo Vanoli sends me so many videos. Toro fans deserve more, as it is a club with immense history and so quite rightly their supporters are demanding." Martin Zubimendi, who has been linked with a move to the Etihad Stadium too, was also recently quizzed on potentially replacing Rodri at Manchester City. As quoted by Goal, the Real Sociedad ace kept his cards close to his chest. He said, "There are always rumors, but until now I've always thought that the best solution for me is staying at Real Sociedad. I've still a lot of things to give to this club, I still want to grow and develop here." Txiki double, £234 million help, Soriano plan, why Man City are hiring Hugo Viana. Manchester City picked out Sporting's Hugo Viana to take over from Txiki Begiristain as their director of football for a man tasked with signing players. Txiki Begiristain is most famous for being the man who appointed Pep Guardiola. When other Barcelona executives, including Ferran Soriano, liked the idea of Jose Mourinho to replace Frank Rijkaard in 2008, Begiristain was adamant that their former player was ready after just 1 year with the B team. His position as sporting director gave enough weight to his view for Guardiola to be given the job, and so sprung one of the most magnificent teams ever seen in world football. Sporting are not on that level, but one of Hugo Viana's greatest achievements in 6 years in his recruitment role was to convince his bosses to spend €10 million, a chunky part of their budget, to bring Braga manager Ruben Amorim to their club. It made a young manager the third most expensive manager transfer in history, yet the results have been tremendous. For years have brought for trophies, including 2 league titles, and progress to the knockout stages of the Champions League for the first time in over a decade. They may have gone further than the last 16 had they not run into Guardiola's Manchester City. A 5-0 thumping in Lisbon was described as a fake reality by Guardiola, with his team scoring from basically every attack in an exceptionally clinical performance. The result preserved Amorim's reputation as one of the hottest prospects in world football, and after flirting with the Liverpool job last season, he took Sporting to another league title and has them top again with a 100% record after 8 games, scoring 27 goals and conceding just 2. This progress has been in spite of the healthy profits the club have made in the transfer market. Portugal is still unable to keep hold of its best players when other major European leagues come calling, and Bruno Fernandes, Manuel Ugarte, Pedro Porro, Nuno Mendes, Mateus Nunes and João Palhinha have all been sold on to richer clubs for considerable sums, around £234 million, over the last 5 years. Those transactions saw Viana deal with clubs including City, United, and Paris Saint-Germain, and he has also built his reputation through canny replacements. Victor Gyökeres became Sporting's record signing when he arrived from Coventry for around €20 million, and currently has 40 goals in 41 league games. Guardiola also complimented that incredible recruitment in Portugal before the Champions League game. Viana is also recognised in the industry for his ferocious work ethic, committing fully to all hours to ensure he can achieve the best possible results. Despite this work and reputation, he will walk through the door at the Etihad relatively fresh-faced at 41 after taking his first job less than a year after retiring at 33. Bejaristin gave his best years to Barcelona and then to City, but is leaving at 60, having already stayed longer than he was intending to. Viana has the CV to land a job as his successor, but also time on his side to spearhead the next phase of City's ambitious project. In Viana, it is expected that City will not have to think about hiring another director of football for years to come. That, as CEO Ferran Soriano has put it, is a major part of their success. How many coaches did we have in the last 10 years? 2. Manuel Pellegrini and Pep Guardiola, he told an audience in 2023. How many football directors? 1. Txiki Bejaristin. That is part of the success, being consistent and resilient and enduring the challenge and not panicking when we lose.